This song is dedicated to the coronations of the Oba of the Kingdom. Who are called Oba. Sir.
Right, my people, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. All right, let's do this. How you guys doing? Yes, been a busy evening to me, so let's do this together. How you guys doing? Happy weekend to you all. Happy Friday to all. Happy December to you all. Happy new month to you all. And happy lifetime to you all. How you guys doing? Let's do this again. We have our brother in the backstage already. They'll be waiting for me. Yes, we are going to do this. This is another debate today where we are going to talk about the new appointees by Governor Godwin Obaseki. When I know say this land grabbing wahala, don't tell it, not be small. We don't talk. We don't lose voice. Now the governor does should say he wants to support us now. Make sure say this one work. But the next when you don't appoint now, say, as a committee to go investigate and do that. You sure say these people now wait here, do people really want? These are one of the things that we're going to debate on this evening. My people, I agree to now. Let me look at the comment section. I can see Sonia Alex is already there with us. Good evening to you. Thanks very much for joining us. I can see Mommy the Aspera is right there with us. Mother of all. Good evening to you. June Obaseki is right there. Good evening to you. Vivian the Rose, I can see you. Thank you very much for joining us. Israel Asabota is right there with us as well. Henry Godwin Akposio. Thank you. Good evening to every one of you. I appreciate you all for joining us this evening. Let's do this together. We already have our brother in the building, Lefties Etoya. I'm going to be bringing him in now before others join us right away. Yes, Lefties Etoya, good evening to you, my brother. How are you doing today?
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Nigeria Watch family. I'm okay, and I wish everybody happy weekend and happy December.
Yes. Thank you very much for that wishes. It's a great achievement, and it's a great thing for every one of us to witness this month, December. We're going to witness many months ahead of us in the mighty name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us once again. Yes, we are going to wait a little bit to see if all the brothers are going to join us now. If not, in the next 1 minute, we just have to kickstart and move on with this debate, because we have a lot to talk about today. We're going to talk about Governor Obaseki, new appointees. And we are not going to deliberate on this so long, because we understand whenever we have up to 2-3 headlines, we end up talking about only one for 2 hours, and we're forgetting to talk about the rest. But today we need to talk about Omoyele Sowore, as he was attacked yesterday. Allegedly, he claimed that the DSS was the one that organized those youth to attack him yesterday. We're going to play the video for you all as well to see how the attack went. In fact, they probably wanted to kill him with what we saw on that video, but they were proactive enough to sweep away. So my people, let's do this together. Paul, everyone, I can see right there. Good evening to you. Thank you very much for joining us. Yes. Lefties, do you think we should wait a little bit or we should just move on? Because Engineer Ken was here earlier on, but we lost him again. So we are waiting for Mr. Mori. We are waiting for Akin. We are waiting for many more. Please get me Akin. Okay, I think we have Akin in the building right now, but the device is not coming in well, so I can't really accept you into the screen. I can't accept you to the broadcast because your device. So Mr. Mori is right here with us ready. Okay, good. Mr. Mori, thank you very much for joining us. Good evening to you, sir. How are you doing today?
Good evening, my beloved brother and my co-panelist. I'm doing fine. How are you doing, sir?
Yes, we are good. We are good. I missed you. It looks like it's every Friday I get to hear my lovely brother's voice. What's happening?
You don't care now apart from the debate. If you care, you will have been giving us some, Good to see you today, sir. Our greetings to our viewers at home.
Thank you. Same here. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. We have Israel Semotai in the building, but we just lost him, but we're going to have him back again. Akim, please, you need to go. I'm going to kick you out so you can come back again. All right? Because your device is not accepting you to appear on the broadcast right now. Please come back again. Israel Semotai, you wanted to come in, so come back. We need to move on now. We don't have enough time to waste. We have Israel back again in the building. Israel, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing very much. Good evening, Niger Watch, and good evening, viewers, and also the co-panelist, Mr. Leftist is very, very ready. I can see you. Well done, sir. Mr. Mori, I greet you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Machiavelli.
Everybody
Mori, I greet you.
Beloved brother, Leftist, the great comrade.
Yes.
My greetings.
All right. Okay. All right, my brothers. Let's just move on now. I believe we're going to have Akin, Mr. Engineer Ken, and many more people to join us later on. We have a space for only 12. So first come, first serve, right? So like they normally say. All right, my people, let's move on. My people, as you all know that Governor Obaseki recently appointed committee that is going to deal with land grabbing. They call it PPP law. But for me, I'm just going to break it down for people to understand what we're talking about here. For some people, rather, to understand what we are talking about here. We all have been talking about land grabbing, people where they thief people land. All this fake all this enogie, fake enogie, all this okaile, fake okaile, odionwere, fake odionwere, enogie, all the fake ones. Now this law, now you go cash. My people, let's talk about this because this is why we are here. We applaud Governor Obaseki for doing this for us, but meanwhile, we want it to be active first before we can applaud him. Because remember, this happened before. Up till now, no single result. It's happening again. We are waiting for this to become the realism of what we all have been campaigning about, what we all have been advocating about, and let's see if our plight can be heard from here. Hold on, my people.
Hey, what's going on with the network? Is this my network or your network?
This is network.
Can you hear me? It's different, right?
Yes, we can hear you.
It was frozen, but we can hear you now.
We can hear you now.
Okay. All right. I think I'll be switching my network in a minute. Sometimes you ask yourself what's happening here. But meanwhile, if it happens again, I'll switch the network. Right. This on the screen. Okay. It looks like it's going to happen again. Just hold on 1 minute, guys. Let me switch this network with immediate velocity. 1 minute. I don't want to be Okay. Can you see me now? Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear.
Very
Okay,
good.
wonderful, wonderful. All right, good. Hopefully, fingers crossed, this one is not going to disappoint me as well. Okay, meanwhile, let's move on. I have the documentation right there, the letter. I'm going to read their names out before we start talking and debating about this. We're starting from here. Edo State government have done this again for the second time. The previous one never worked. Hopefully, this one will work. So let's talk about this. I'm going to read from here. I hope that you guys can read along with me with the document that I placed there on the screen. Government special announcement. The Edo State Governor, Mr. Godwin Obaseki, has, in line with Section 4.1 of the Edo State Private Property Protection Law 2021, appointed the underlisted persons into the Edo State Private Property Protection Law Implementations Committee. The appointees are 1. Honorable Justice Alero Edodo Eruaga, retired, Chairman. 2. Mr. J.O. Unwunamure, member. 3. Mr. Nusa Edo Osaigi, Esquire. 4. Dr. Olufemi Ayewo, member. 5. General Friday Aerede, retired. 6. Mr. A. Agbonlaho, AIG, retired member. 7. Chief Osaro Ida. 8. Oshirekun Otukuren, Esquire, Chief Staff Council, Ministry of Justice. Okay. The committee will be inaugurated by His Excellency, the Governor of Edo State, at a date to be announced later. This was issued on the 2nd of December 2021, which was just yesterday, less than 24 hours ago. This one was signed by Osarodion Ogi, Esquire, Secretary to the Edo State Government. My people, I want to see him. It don't happen before. As we speak, we not feel smile. Waiting make us believe say we go smile this time on this one. I will start with Mr. Leftist Etoya, making talk to us on this particular one. So, we Governor Obaseki bring come again. In fact, this is not the second time. This is the third time we have been fighting on this PPPP amendment and all that. Land grabbing is still going on. Our people are still being suffocated. Our people are still being maltreated. They are still being intimidated in so many dimensions. Mr. Leftist Etoya, please talk to us. What is your take on this?
Well, my take for this matter, it gets as it be. Because of the way government often treat us and because of things we don't see. So most of us, they look at like looking ahead, and some of us, they look at like government magic. But by and large, it good say, yes, he make effort. Say he come up with something like this. We go applaud them very well because now something we all of us want and are waiting we want make a be. But my only question mark there now for the fact say history, may history not go repeat itself. Why I talk so? The number 7 in question, without fear of favor, no be person wey Edo people wey know wetin dey happen, wey no government, wey no personality go want for that list. Because that number 7 was formerly part of the people wey collapse the former one. In a land grabber enabler, in a land grabber himself. That is Chief Osaro Ida.
Wow.
Of other names, I don't know them because
are you alleging him or you are talking?
Yes, I'm alleging him. I'm not see my face. Now my real face with this one. I don't hide my face. I am alleging him because that name, Chief Osaro Ida, is not a good name. We will say good name is better than gold. This is what we are talking about. Your past antecedent. He was in the former. We know as it be. I am a comrade. I'm a human rights activist. I'm not getting any reason to now the best one for everybody. But for the name, that very name, That very name already if I put question mark for himself. Yes. I'm saying this because it is true. It is there. It is there. I was not only just behind the curtain. I sometimes ago I said I wrote a petition myself to that committee, and I knew what happened. So if we don't put people, patriotic people that really have Edo State at heart, people that are not after stomach infrastructure, people that are not after give me paddy or my persons be this, it will still not work. It will still not work.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm wondering why you did not also talk about number 6, because I guess that name Agbolaho was part of the previous one that did not work as well.
Yes, that Agbolaho did not ring a bell to me. I cannot say what I don't know.
Okay.
Agbolaho, the name Agbolaho did not ring a bell, but that chief, Osaro Ida, was so powerful in the former PPP committee. Very, very powerful. So I am talking of what I know.
Yes. Okay. Let's welcome Hakim in the building. Hakim, can you hear me? Good evening to you.
I can hear you, my brothers. I greet you now.
Thank you very much, my brother, for joining us. This is your first time joining us on this debate, right?
This is the second time, actually.
Okay, second time. I beg. Which country did you join us from?
Libya.
Now Libya, people.
all of them are good country, but I'm from US.
US. I don't already know. I don't know. Thank you very much, my lovely brother, for joining us on this. But we are going to come back to you soon. Let me go to Israel. Israel Samuel, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you very much, Nigeria Watch, for having me on today's debate.
Thank you. Tell me, what is your take on this one again? For the third time, we're having a committee, and I believe you might have one or two things to say about Agbolaho as well. Go ahead.
Yes, last time, good evening, viewers, once again. Last time, as we were talking about this whole thing, about this committee, you remember there was one that was headed by Professor Dennis Agbolaho, this same Dennis Agbolaho.
Yeah.
I once told you that guy, I really recommend him. He's a very good, he's a good person. From all his biography has been telling well. And these are the kind of people that we want to use to kind of sanitize our state, especially him, Professor Dennis Agbolaho, with his resume. And Mr. Leftist is not far from what I normally object to when it comes to things like this. As you all know me, when something is coming up like all these kind of laws and you're opening a committee, I normally tell them, when you are opening a committee like this, you have to bring in people that are not affiliated to any of these parties. Let them be an independent, committee headed by a justice that is not partisan to any political party, so that we have a true investigation and the law should be effective. Otherwise, one or two persons are going to truncate it just because of their own selfish interest. If we have to be sincere to ourselves, even as he put, I have to commend him, because everything that we are talking about here in this channel, Obaseki is using it to work, which is good. This is what we want. Now, what you have to understand that there's still another problem, like what the leftists is saying. We don't have an independent judicial system. So even if you are going to bring out somebody that is guilty after the panel has concluded, how are you sure that this person is going to go to jail? When there is no independence of the judiciary, which our constitution says, which also the Federal Republic of Nigeria signed in the United Nations, is under it, is the rule of law, the independence of the judiciary. These are the two things, because in our system, we still have people that truncate it. So there's going to be a problem. Until we fix that thing, all these things cannot be effective. But I still believe if what the governor is doing is going to the track, let's hope it's going to work. But for me, for sanity to come to our state, I still stand on the independence of the judiciary. It must be a primary objective. Otherwise, all these people you are seeing there, some of them have so much infrastructure, like what Lefty said. We need to bring sanity, and that sanity must start from the people who are going to head that committee. And they must be ready to say, before they step into that place, they must be ready to take an oath. You must be on that oath before you step in there. Because if you are not on that oath and you are coming to come and truncate it, it's nothing to write home about. We must tell them they should be put on that oath before they step in there. It's not all those people that they call them. Some people are even calling themselves masses now, from comrade to masses, because they are shifting themselves because of this stomach infrastructure, money here and there. We don't want people like that. You want to sanitize the state, you must come out with an idea. And these are the ideas. These are the things that we need to sanitize that state. Independence of the judiciary, that's number one. Anybody coming to that committee must be put under oath. Let them come and tell us. So if you lie under oath, then you'll be guilty. You must not come in and say you be because you have this resume. No, you must be under oath. And then the judiciary anybody that will give to them, then the judiciary cannot deal with the person and then can go to jail. That is my own contribution. For this one, we commend the governor, but there is still lacks, things that needs to be done for this thing to be effective. Otherwise, okay.
That one, I don't think I put that one or that last one. So, my people, we know they hear you, leftists, we know they hear you. I think you're muted.
You're supposed to know what it means. Me now, where we leave the matter, that there is still day.
You know, so we get some dictionary for inside Benin language. This language is so raw. Well,
this one is simple.
Okay, let's move on. We have let's talk to Mr. Murray. Mr. Murray, are you there with us, sir?
I'm here, sir.
I beg, talk to us. You know, say we like to listen to you. Analyze them how you like them. Talk to us on this.
Once again, greetings to you, my beloved brother Elvis, my co-panelists, our viewers at home. Today, I hope we're going to have a robust and very informative conversation. Today, I'm going to, hold it very bare. The reason why I come to this forum is that it's quite unlike some other forum where people will just come with the mindset of, being one-sided. Today, I believe we are here for the truth, and we should be given the opportunity to say it the way it is. That's one thing I love about this our discussion. That's what keeps me coming back here. My brother, Mr. Leftis, have spoken very well. Mr. Moro, Mr. Israel has also spoken very well. But I want to say I don't know much about the members of the committee. The only person I can say something about is Professor Dennis Agbolaho. I can attest to his reputation based on what I've heard about him. While we were in Ekpoma those days, he has done something, very. But for other members, I don't know much about them. But I want to say here today, please, I would say we should be ready to say it the way it is, because we cannot continue to, as I always say, we cannot continue to do the same thing over and over and expect a different result. Only a madman does that. Today, no matter who you put in that committee, no matter, even if you bring angels from heaven to come and be members of that committee, it's not going to work. The only people that will make it work is the governor and our traditional institution. I want to be with due respect to the governor on one side and with due respect to our palace on the other side. Today, it's not a question of coming to say we don't want to say this because of that. See, our people should stop this ideal of hypocrisy. We all seem to know. See, what is happening in our state is a microcosm of what is happening in the larger Nigerian society. They are the same thing. We all know the problem. The problem is everybody knows the problem. The politicians know the problem. The masses know the problem. The poor and the rich know the problem. Where we have the greatest problem is when it comes to saying it the way it is, a proper solution, sentiment comes in. Oh, he's not a Christian. He's not a Muslim. He's not from the north. He's not from the south. He was they did this one to him because he's from the east. They did this one to him because he's from Yoruba man. Because he's from no. Until we begin to address issues the way they are, we will go nowhere. Even if you bring angels, Jesus Christ will be chairman of that committee. It will not work. I give you a case study. The reason I'm telling you the reason why it does not work, we are all aware. So today we are not dancing around the truth. We are going to hit the nail on the head.
The reason why it cannot work is not.
I'm going there, sir. I'm going there, sir. I'm going there, sir. Please, I'm have to take a little. You know, you always accuse me of taking too much time. Please.
No. Let's first talk. You have time. Just talk.
Please, sir. Let me lay the foundation. Let me lay the foundation. Let me lay the foundation so that I want to put the foundation in proper perspective so that the discussion as we progress, we'll get a better understanding. I'm telling you the reason why the previous committees has not worked and why they will not work again if we continue the way we have been doing it. I'll give you a case study. Obaseki was silent after the PPP law. There was a day it came up, you know, I don't know what happened, what triggered his action. Oh, Okagele suspended, Enije suspended. If you look at those Okageles and Enijes, although there are also politicians involved, but I want to address it. 98 to 99% of Okageles and Enijes are land grabbers. How come? These are supposed to be custodians of our, reverence traditions. If they are all land grabbers, how come? Who are they working for? Who appointed them? Are they making are they pay royalty to somewhere? Are they out of the proceeds they are getting? How can you sell land for 2, 3, 4, 10 people? People are complaining. They have started buying AK-47 now, as alleged. If we don't address this thing today, my brother, we are sitting on a keg of gunpowder. It's going to explode on all of us. If that is the case, now we have to look at the modus operandi, the method of the appointment. If their method of appointment is faulty, we have a lot of people have been suspended from the palace. Roland, Curtis is on the line. A lot of, which means there are a lot of nuisance around our palace. So if these are the people responsible for the appointment of the Enijes and the Kagelis, we have to look, deeply into this system. We have to sanitize our area first of all. On the side of the government can strike. But where we're coming from now. We know the relationship between our traditional institutions and democracy. And our people, until we begin to know how to separate democracy from monarchy, we'll go nowhere. Now, if 95 to 98% of Kageles are corrupt, which means these are the heads and the leaders of all the villages, which means all the villages that will be land grabbers because they're going to recruit artists and land grabbers that work for them. Don't forget there is no work anywhere. People need to eat. They need so much infrastructure. They say if you want to look for the solution of a rotten fish, go to the head. So we have to tackle this thing for the head, or else, no matter who you bring on board, whether angel from heaven, chairman by Jesus Christ, my brother, is not going to work. Without sincerity of purpose on the side of the palace and the government itself. I will end there for now. When we progress, I have a lot of things to say. Thank you very much.
Okay. At least I've given you a lot of time today. We are going to talk to, meanwhile, before we go to, we lost our previous brother, Akim. Did we? Yes.
I am here. Here.
Yeah. How come I cannot see you?
Do you want my camera on? Or?
Yeah, I can see you. I can see you now. Yes. Oh, yes. Now I can see your face.
Okay.
You were with us last time, right? Okay. All right. Talk to us. What's your take on this? But before you talk to us, let's welcome Akim to the broadcast. Akim, my brother, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for the debate tonight. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks a lot.
Good evening. You're fine at 50 pounds. You are late.
We're not the use pounds for where I did.
Now Europe.
Okay, we'll convert to 65 euro.
No, we'll just equivalent to Naira, 50 card.
Okay,
Brother
why?
Akeem, welcome.
You'll come 15 naira,
50 Naira now, so now.
At least he
All
paid
right.
the fine.
Thanks for joining us once again. I guess you know what we're talking about here. We are talking about the new committee that Governor Obaseki has just appointed.
Yeah. I'm aware of the committee, and you can saw it on the Niger Watch family WhatsApp page.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, wonderful. Yeah. So we'll be coming back to you. Before we go back to our brother in America, Akeem, let's welcome Brother Nice to the building. Brother Nice, good evening to you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Niger Watch.
Good evening, my brother. Thanks for joining us. You're going to be muted for a minute. Let's talk to our brother Akeem in America. Go ahead, my brother Akeem. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good afternoon from here, and good evening to everyone, irrespective of where you are. Thank you for having me here, Elvis.
Thank you.
I'm happy to be here. So, first of all, I want to commend those that have already laid the ground rules, and they have already stated their mind. So, in terms of this committee, I don't really know a lot of people from this committee, but I would say this because my surname is also Agbolao. So I'm not related to Professor Dennis Agbolao. So I don't want to be like a supportive of his, but I do know him during the time I spent in Epoma. He has a very good record. That is what I can say about that man. But every other one of them, I do not know them. However, when it comes to if this is going to resolve the problem or not, my opinion is I don't think it's going to resolve the problem. Because to resolve this problem,
is that what you mean?
Yeah, it's not going to resolve the land grabbing problem. That does not mean that it's not a good initiative. It's a good thing to put a committee together to look into a particular problem. Now, I have to ask myself, first of all, two questions. Are these people coming up with a better idea on how to handle the land grabbing that is happening in Edo State or not? Or are they just going to focus on the problem that is happening with land grabbing? So there's two parts. One, are you looking for a solution, or you're looking for somebody to resolve the already issues that is on ground, which is like maybe legal issues when it comes to dispute between two people or communities? For me, I think what can resolve this problem is a system, not committees. What can resolve land grabbing in Benin, in Edo State, is a system, not a committee. I have to emphasize on that because you have to have at least 3 or 4 different bodies that will address this issue. Okay, they will be separated from each other, which is one of them will be the division of land titles, whereby they will be the one that is writing every landed property. They will be the one that will title it and give all those deed of transfer that different lawyers are doing and all those stuff. They will be in charge, and it will fall under local government. Okay, so anybody that want to buy land from any local government will go to that location to make sure they get that deed of transfer. Before then, there will be a recordist department, whereby either department or a different entity, those people will be in charge of having the record information of every land that is associated to anybody. So even before you even buy land, you can even go there, including Eware II. Every land that belongs to the royal family, whether it's the chief or anybody in any location, they will have the record of them. That is the record department. Then we already have a GIS department. They will use their geometric system to make sure they capture every land in Edo State. Every land in Edo State has a number, this coordinate number. they can use that to capture every land in Edo State. And with that capture, that information, the recorder's office can use it to quantify who owns land in Edo State. By so doing, you don't even have too much stress. All you need to do, you must do your fact-finding before you purchase a land. By the time you get to the title's office, there's no issue anymore because all the investigation have already been done. So I can elaborate more on this solution, but I have to give time to other people to speak. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, you're going to have enough time to elaborate on this because I would like to hear this. As you said, the solution might not be actually there, but if you go back to the PP law that was previously created, which is still there, you can see inside there where there are some laws that's going to be handling these land grabbers, which means that anybody found guilty might be going in for 5 years or even a 2 million naira fine or something like that. I think if they can actually implement this into law and make it active, for me, if they sentence 2 land grabbers to 10 years, for me, I would drink champagne every blessed day. Champagne, you know. But meanwhile, my people, let's continue on from here. We're going to go to Akim. Akim, my brother, can you hear me?
You know we are 2 now, so you have to be specific which Akim you are calling, okay? Because now we have duplicates.
Okay, Akim, where you did now? Morocco, you did be Singapore. Which country you did? For the address you Akim, Singapore.
I know Akim Ireland.
Akim Ireland, okay. Can Ireland? Okay, Dorish Island. I think say Morocco did that. You did last week.
Yeah, Dorish Island now.
Una don't cross.
I would not say now we be master for that route, so now they had us.
All right, Akim, tell me, what is your take on this committee that Obaseki just appointed?
It's a welcoming welcoming initiative. I think it's good. But like my name colleague said earlier, will it actually address the problem? I have my doubts because at the end of the day, you see, land ownership, land is like a property in it. So it's like you buy a car, and someone stole your car from you. So the natural intention is for you to go to the police, and then you report that your car has been taken away from you, and then the necessary investigation will be carried out. And if the person that take your car away from you is found, then your car is retrieved, and then there's a criminal justice process that then follows. But unfortunately, land issue, our criminal justice system seems not to function at all when it comes to land matters. For some reason, I don't know. Because at the end of the day, committees are not going to prosecute anybody. They don't have. We need to understand this. Only the court is constitutionally mandated to prosecute anybody in Nigeria. If you set up a committee will do a fact finding. You say, oh, this is my land. Okay, whether your document, that is your land. Okay, you take the land. The other person can still end up going to court, and then the judiciary system, being corrupt as it is, can still make life difficult for you. So for me, I think we are putting our emphasis on the wrong channels. For me, since we've been doing this issue of land grabbing, talking about land grabbing, we have not really paid any attention on the police, on the judiciary system. We haven't really talked about them. What are they doing? What roles have they played to help? Because it's easy for you to call on the governor. The governor has no power to prosecute anyone. He can say, okay, set up a committee, fact finding, but he has no powers to prosecute anyone. The police has powers to arrest and then charge people to court and prosecute people in the court of law. But why are they absent? Why have they been obsolete from this whole matter? I think we need to start channeling our debate towards the law enforcement agency and ask what roles are they playing in all of this matter? Are they one of those institutions that are compromising the efforts of government when it comes to addressing land grabbing issues? So all of this is what I think we have to start holding the police accountable, because at the end of the day, I think they are kind of part of kind of an instrument that is being used to sabotage whatever effort that is being made to address this whole issue of land grabbing. And I think the committee is welcoming. It's probably going to be like an investigative body, but apart from that, what else is he going to do? Is he going to try anybody? No, it doesn't have those powers. So what is the point at the moment? I don't know. That is my own take on it, brother.
Wow. All right. Let's move on to Brother Nice. Brother Nice, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, Brother Nice, I beg. Tell me, what do you think about this? What is your take on this?
Okay, today I go speak broken today, so
yes,
that yeah. What thing I go like try to explain is that first of all, all those behaviors where they display for that Edo State and the full Nigeria as a whole, especially the all those people that they are very stubborn, all those youths, people with they grab land and all those, is because the reason why all those people they get all those courage, whether they get that mind, now because of say whenever they commit any crime, they go scot-free. The first thing where we have to start from, we need to sanitize our security agencies, the military, the police, the Air Force, all the old security agents that we have. We need to sanitize them first. If we don't start from that place, then the system as well, we still need to sanitize the system from corruption. If we never do all those things, my brother, land grabbing, the moment you let people understand, the citizens understand that land grabbing is a crime. Okay, how many crimes have they committed that our institution will prosecute the people that commit the crime? They don't prosecute anybody. So why people will not continue committing crime in that country? Tell me. When somebody will steal, he will not go to prison, we go scot-free. If we rape a woman and kill somebody, they will not arrest the person to face the crime he commits. The person will go scot-free. Somebody will go, he will say he's a cultist, he will go and kill a lot of people. That person will go scot-free. It's only Nigeria I see all those attitudes. My brother, even all those Arab countries where you see Western world there, you know if you commit those kind of crime, you go scot-free. But Nigeria there, somebody go kill a lot of people. And they go receive phone call from a politician, they go release them. Everything for that country now, guru. How a country like that, how we go fit come out from problem, from corruption? Tell me. Wow. Those are where the problem lies. Those are where the problem. If we never sanitize our system, go reach our kings, our Enogi, all those people. Those are the people that add to our problem. Those people said they need to sanitize all of them. Okay, me, I never understand for our Edo kingdom, our own kingdom won't forget Oba. Crime go they happen. The people when they commit the crime go they go scot-free. Well, we get governor, we get a king. So to the extent that the crime come too free for Edo State, to the extent that Hausa people Fulani go come install king for our own state. They go scot-free. Nobody go hold them accountable. So people go, they come from nowhere, come they misbehave for different states for Nigeria. They go just talk the case up and down. They go just talk up and down. You know, go hear the case come again. Everything go just go like that. My brother, I don't tire for that country. I leave people make they talk, because if I say I start with Nigeria, I don't finish.
Okay, thank you very much, my brother, right there. I can see we have a question here from our brother Henry O. Henry O actually asked a question which I would like to respond to. Yes, Henry O, I'm going to put a question right there on the screen. You said, Mr. Naija, which is the committee empowered to prosecute any offenders? Yeah, according to the bill, yes, they can prosecute. And I would like to read the bill. because I just look for the bill again. Yes, let me see if I can bring out the bill again here, because it's quite long. I was trying to bring it out earlier on, but okay. He said the power of service edoges. The committee shall have the power to arrest and restrain offenders against. Okay, the provision of the law receives screen and conduct and parliamentary. There's a place I wanted to read. Just hold on. But your question have been answered. They have the power to arrest, but I wanted to look at how long they're going to be there for. Okay, number 2 here says any person or group of persons who having used force to take over a landed property in the state before the commencement of the law and remains in the possession of the said property 3 months after the commencement of this law commits an offense. Any person who commits an offense under any of the provisions of subsection 1 and 2 above shall on conviction be liable to 10 years imprisonment. Okay, 10 years imprisonment. And a person who without lawful authority uses a threatens violence of any purpose of securing entry into landed property without the consent of the original owner will commit an offense. A person's right to possession or occupation of any property shall not, for purposes of subsection 1 of the section, constitute lawful authority for the use or threat of violence by him or anyone acting on his behalf for the purpose of securing entry into that property. So there are many rules here. Okay, I have another one here now. Any person who is convicted of the offense of entry by violence as provided for in this law shall on conviction be liable to a fine not exceeding 10 million naira or 10 years imprisonment. And many, many more. Okay, and many, many more. So there are... Yes, go ahead.
Look, yes. This thing what you read now, if they implement them, I go give you 100 euro.
So you
just see, man. As it newly happen now, as in the newly talk now, it go day active for 1 month. After 1 month, you not go hear of this thing where they talk again. For that Benin, that Nigeria, where me I know. If they implement all those rules and regulations, this law, I go give you 100 euro. After 6 months.
Who be this person?
Everyone.
Brother Nice. Brother
Nice. They're not newly implemented. That's why I just want to let you know. This same thing when you read, so don't they on since when they bring the way the palace to push government to bring the committee. I think they bring the committee since 2018 and they never change any of the rules, which means since 2018, the same rules where they inaugurate the first committee headed by former AIG Solomon Arase with this Chief Osaro Ida and some land grabbers. Then, you see what I'm talking about. They're not just new bring the law, because I want to correct you, say as they newly bring them, so it will work for 1 month. They're not just newly bring them. Now, since 2018, now they say inaugurate them. Now they take come to law. So now they take this. It's not new.
Okay, since when you talk now, and since 2018 though, they not see they grab land.
My brother, now me you go ask, who I go ask?
Now make me they give a guarantee. Now say if they implement that law, me I go give 100 euro.
100 euro. I dey wait for my 100 euro. Wait time go reach. So I can't remind you.
No problem.
Brother Nice. All right, I'm going to hear from. Before that, let's welcome Engineer Ken into the building. Engineer Ken, good evening to you. Thank you very much for joining us. Can you hear me? Engineer Ken, okay. We'll come back to you again, Engineer Ken. Let's talk to Mr. Mori. Mr. Mori, go ahead. Talk to us, sir.
Yes, thank you once again for this opportunity.
He will reply me.
My brother.
Can you hear?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, good evening to you. How are you doing today, my big brother? American
We're all
network.
doing well. Good afternoon from the United States.
In the United States, see the way you're the call man with pride. I'm not get good network.
Engineer Ken, I go beg you good afternoon. I want to ask you one question. You first ask me whether they do Ninja.
Yes.
Ninja or something.
Who, me?
Yes.
Yes.
You first ask Chinese thing.
How you tell no, you be winch?
Because each time you come, the way they cover your face, cover your head, now so Ninja they behave, or guess what for back? And the bet where you cross look like say you carry sword for back. I swear.
Nah,
Even when you take some motor, you go see where your face mask. I give you a hand.
Now tortoise Ninja.
As in American network.
I be Edger. Yeah. Okay.
As in your network is not friendly.
See my job.
Come on.
First time. Jesus.
I don't cover that.
Hello. Okay.
When I just call her American Ninja Ken.
My network is
American Ninja Ken.
My network is very bad. Hello?
Okay, you need to come back, Engineer Ken. Come back.
I know they hear you well. It's not clear.
Okay, maybe come back. Come back. You go clear when you come back.
Huh?
Okay, come back now, Engineer Ken. All right, Mr. Murray, go ahead. Talk to us, sir.
Yes, today's topic is a very serious one. You know, we have been on this issue for years. Let's just be blunt today and be straight to the point. This is not time to play around with this topic at all. If we must get results, you understand, my brother. I understand. I have heard from all the panelists, you know, my co-panelists, we are making sense, but there are immediate and remote solutions to this problem. So I want us to dwell on the immediate problem. Immediate. First of all, somebody came up with a very long, there are immediate, there are short-term, medium, and long-term solutions. I want us to deal squarely on the immediate causes and immediate solutions today. My brother, the reason why the past committee did not work already laid, a foundation. I want us to put this in a better perspective right now. We are not going anywhere. Not the committee. I'm not privy to the point of reference for the committee. I don't know what they are meant to do, but I know committee supposed to at the end of the day make recommendation for the state government for onward implementation. I think that is their own primary duty is to look at the causes and all that and come up with a solution, so that henceforth we will not continue to dance around the same cycle. The immediate problem, first of all, we should be able to, in Benin we say, Obayanto. The people will tell you from Benin to go reach Ewebo, Obayanto, right? That belongs to Oba. Wait, now, please, can you let me learn, please? Can you let me? I'm coming the foundation. So, Obayanto, people must understand one thing. When people call him, from when I've been opportunity to hear from a lot of people, I've discovered that people don't know the difference between pre-colonialism, that is before the advent of colonial masters. People cannot separate pre-colonialism from colonial era, which is when colonial masters were in charge, and post-colonial era. These are the cause of the confusion we have today. This is why you see what is happening in those states is not happening in some other states. It's not as if they don't have their own problem. They have their own problem. But when it comes to land grabbing, Edo State is number one problem. See, look at the problem. When you say Obayanto, everything belongs to Oba. Pre-colonial era means traditional, it was purely monarchical. It was a monarchy system of government, purely. Nothing like democracy, nothing like white man, nothing like colonial masters from anywhere. So, The palace of the Oba, the palace of Oni of Ife, the Sultan of Sokoto, the palace you see today, they were like Aso Rock. They were like Aso Rock. You know, they had the right to kill and to make alive. They had the right to cut and they had the yam, they had the knife. They know when and how to cut. That was pre-colonial era, before the coming of colonial masters. When colonial masters now came, they were there for their economic and administrative benefit. They didn't come for us. They didn't come to liberate us. They didn't come to make us better. They came for their own interest. So what they did was to make it easier for them, to make it more economical. Where these traditional institutions were strong, where they have overwhelming influence over their subjects, they took advantage of that. That is what we call indirect rule system of government. They would just take advantage of the traditional institution to administer the territory. So they were not using traditional rulers to work, whereas the others were coming from them. So it became easier and more economical for them without stress, for administrative convenience. So where the traditional rulers were not that recognized like Igbo land, they tried to, they met with a stiff resistance. That was why it was easier for colonial master to take over in the north, to succeed in the north, and more than the west and the east. Now, we should begin to separate for us to even know that land has been grabbed, land has been stolen. Who owns the land? Who owns the land? If you say something is stolen, it means it has been taken from the owner. Now, we must be able to separate who owns the land, who does land belong. The land use decree of 1978 has taken care of this issue, but our people refuse to learn. We are still living in the pre-colonial era. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's like putting the cart before the horse. It can't move. Because it's the cart that pulls the horse. For us to move, we have a headway. You have to know who owns the land. Who has the right to say, this is my land? Who has the right to say, my land has been grabbed, my land has been stolen? These are the issues. If you believe the land belongs to Oba from Edo State, go to Chabolebo, my brother, we are just withdrawing. Whatever we are doing, whatever committee we are setting up, is going to be nothing but effort in futility. The land use decree. We want to go in details. We want to know if the land belongs to Oba, and Oba appoints Okagele and Enijes. With due respect here, my brothers and sisters. Now, invariably, the Onoje, the Okageles in that community also see themselves as the owner of the land in their territory. You said the land belongs to Oba. Oba is delegating power. He's appointing Onoje and Okagele to be in charge of, for example, Okoromi community. Invariably, you are transferring the ownership of land in Okoromi community to the Onoje and the Okagele. So, the Onoje will see, or the Okagele, the Onoje and the community leaders will see themselves as the Alpha and Omega in that territory. Because the power, the delegation, we have what we call delegated authority. If the land belongs to the Oba, Oba has appointed me to be the Onoje or the Okagele of my own community, which means I'm in charge of the land in my community. I have the right to sell, to do anything I want to do with the land in my vicinity, in my domain. So we have to begin to put this in better perspective, or else no matter the committee is not going to work. I give you an instance. Obaseki came up one day like if they made the law was asleep. It wasn't functional. He came up one day out of nowhere. Oh, anybody, any organist, enough is enough of your nuisance. Enough is enough of your atrocities. Enough is enough of this nonsense. In disocracies. What happened at the end of the day? There was a big revolt. There was a big protest to our palace. There are people, our educated people were even buying into the nonsense narrative that the government wanted to implement the law against the Okageles and the Onijes for their nonsense activity and nefarious and callous and malicious activities. People were buying into the narrative that Obaseki did that. To slight our reverend monarch. My brother, we must be very careful. We must begin to separate monarchy from democracy. And we must be able to put things in better perspective. Or else, no matter the committee, if you like, as I said earlier, bring angels from heaven, make Jesus Christ their chairman, it will not work. There must be a synergy between the palace. Between the palace.
For this not to
Sir?
work.
Sir?
You said this will not work. This will not work. Who are you trying to blame now?
I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just see, I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere.
Make it not work.
Yeah, let me give the solution.
Mr. Mori, you cannot say you are not blaming anybody. From what you've been saying, you've opened up to tell us that you are blaming the government and the palace. It is
my brother. Let me conclude by telling you. Let me conclude by telling you the solution. There must be a synergy, not just a synergy between the palace and the government of the day. There must be a sincerity of purpose, not just making the law. Talk is cheap. Everybody can come up with a law. Implementation matters a lot. And to be able to have a good implementation, there must be a sincerity of purpose and a synergy between the palace, our reverend palace, and the government of the day. So that people like Okangeles and Odejes, on their own, they have no power. They can be dealt with squarely. But in a situation where people see an attempt to deal with Onojes and Okangele as an attempt to slight the Oba, we are not going to go anywhere. Thank you very much. I'll stop there for now.
Mr. Mori,
can I respond to Mori?
Let me quickly respond to some of what you just said.
Mr. Akim, just hold on. You respond. Let Lefty Toya finish. Go ahead, Lefty.
Yes, I want to make you understand that it was the palace that actually brought up this PPP law in synergy with the government, because the problem was becoming too much. The cry to the palace was too much. The Royal Highness got annoyed and with his chiefs. I was there on the very day. You saw his representative, high chiefs. They all came. It was a synergy between the palace and the government, meaning the palace gave the government the right also to have power to prosecute. I want to tell you, not from the way you look at the committee, it was not a committee of go and check and give us solution. It is a law. PPP law. It is an act. It's not just that committee you are looking at. Let me correct you again. It is a law which they will have member and chairman, and they have security forces that will follow you to the forest with all evidence to show. It is a law. But when we are having problem, assuming they are actually doing the job, following the rules, just like my brother said, they just write down, I for like get €100, they don't go follow. Actually, that is just the truth. The rules are there. If they followed it strictly, I tell you what, a lot of people would have been in jail. A lot of people today would have been in jail. It came to a time they became oppressive too. The committee became oppressive. Why did I say that? If you don't know a member, you will not get your land. It become a paddy thing. The committee now had their own power. You see the corruption we are talking about. Just like we made mention of Sowore, that people were coming to go and see him and give him money. Then he will lobby his cohort. They will give you your land. Meaning the poor man was still suffering. You cannot even go there if you don't have money and connection. I'll give you an example. I personally wrote a petition. On the land at Igbuyoko. I did everything they said. They will tell you, yes.
But I left this. Yes, I understand. I understand what you are saying. The reason why it has not worked, do you believe that if this thing must work, the Onijas, how many of the Onijas have been fired? How many Onijas have been dethroned from their seat? So the Onijas are in control. Do you believe about 80 to 90% of this grabbing actually emanates from the Onijas and the Okagilis? Do you believe that?
Of course, I believe, but I want to tell you, right now, we are not talking about Eniges and Okagili, because this committee is not in the palace. This is a committee that has the power, that has been given the power right from the palace. I don't know if you understand. Assuming these members are patriotic members, you will not be measuring palace again, and you will not be measuring governor's name. If they're actually doing their work, if they actually want to sit to
Can I come in here? Can I come in?
Yes, you can come in,
Just
sir.
hold on. Just hold on. We have Mr. Hakim in America who wants to contribute. But before that, we have a caller, because now let's take callers along as well. After this caller, we'll go to Mr. Hakim in America. Then we'll come back to you, Israel. Then we'll take it from there. Okay. Let me talk to this caller and take it from here. The caller is responding now. He's not even responding. All right. Okay. Let's go back to Mr. Hakim in America. Go ahead, sir. Talk to us. Go ahead, sir.
All right. So Mr. Omoyele has said a lot of unrelated things, going over to talk about the Eastern region. They resisted the Europeans. Meanwhile, they did not. That's just a fact. They talked about the royal people, the royal Obas. It was easier for the British to colonize other places because of the kingdom, that there was a king, and it went about talking about the north. Those information are totally incorrect. That's just the fact, because Benin were one of the people, one of the only kingdom in Nigeria that fought against the colonization of Nigeria. It was after they dethroned our Oba Vurame, after some time, before they were able to amalgamate Nigeria together. However, the expenditure has already begun since 1841. But I just want to focus on the point that we are trying to make. Benin has a structure. When they say Oba Yanto, it's like when you have a father. Your father gave birth to you. Your father owns every property that you have. That is the way it is. It was arranged, okay? Every village that you see, they own the land. But if the Oba decide to come that I need land, some land to farm on or to do anything on, the village would gladly give it to the Oba. And and sometimes there are some lands that belongs to the Oba based on history or whatsoever has gone on. So it is not like Oba is taking all those lands to be his own, but he has control over all those lands. Okay, we have tradition in Benin, in Edo. We have traditions, we have culture, and we follow all those cultures. Okay, we have customs. Okay, in the East, they also have some sheep that they also owns land, and they face these problems. One of the problems in Lagos, I have faced issues of land grabbing in Lagos. In Lagos, they have Bale, they have Obas also, and the community still sells land in Lagos. And sometimes they also confine on the government, whether is a released land, whether is a land that has not been gazetted, whether it's a land. All those processes there. Okay. So the same thing applies to Edo. Edo is not the only place that they are having land problems in Nigeria. Okay?
Of course.
So I want to make sure we get all those things clear. If you want to talk about facts, we'll get all those things. We have to talk with facts. Okay?
My brother, you made something that you refer to the fact that the resistance in the Eastern region and the use of traditional rulers to administer their subjects, that it was wrong. What was wrong there? What was wrong there?
Wrong. I'm not telling you it was wrong. You said because of the traditional rulers. No, it was not wrong. I did not say it was wrong, but I'm telling you that as a matter of fact, the colonization of Nigeria, the eastern part of Nigeria has already agreed to the colonization of Nigeria before even till today, Benin did not even agree. You understand? That is a fact.
I just told you.
So stop saying that the royal kings then were the one that make it easier for the British to colonize Nigeria. Stop saying that.
I said they took advantage. I said the British took. Get me right, my brother. Don't misquote me. This is a public forum. The British took advantage. The colonial master took advantage of the existing traditional institutions.
That's what I'm saying. That they took advantage of that in order for them to colonize us.
I said for the economic benefit and administrative convenience. What is wrong there?
I'm not saying anything. I'm telling you, it is not a fact. That's what I'm telling you. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm telling you.
Can I come in here? Can I come in here?
But I want to speak to.
Moderator,
Where's the ref? Where's the ref? Where's the
All
ref?
right.
Where is the
Okay.
ref? Where is the
Hold on.
ref? Ref.
These are not the
Okay.
issue we are talking about.
No, this is, can I come in here?
Colonization.
No.
Me. You don't even have the fight. You are trying to counter me.
Hold on.
No,
What
wait,
have
let's-
I said wrong there?
Murray.
Wait,
Hold on.
let's
Hold on.
let me-
Israel, go ahead. Talk to us.
Mr. Mori, let everybody calm down because I think we are trying to divert from the subject matter.
Yes.
He is the one trying
Yes.
to divert.
Hang on. Let's hold on. We are diverting. Let's face the fact. Let's face the subject matter. The subject matter is the PPP law. Right. I have listened to everyone's speech. One thing I want to take from Mr. Hakim Agbonlaho, he said something before this one about how to make this thing works. A system. Now, Nigeria Watch can bear me witness. Ever since we created this debate, we have been talking about system. A system that does not work, that has been hijacked. We are talking about law, like what Mr. Lefty said, law. This is a law. Now, what do we understand by law? Laws are rules of actions established by an authority. An example is a state, or what we know as country today. If a law cannot become a law if it does not pass the three passage: the executive, the legislative, the executive, and the judiciary. These are the three arms, right? Now tell me, this law that has been in existence has been passed already. It is a law. Has it been executed? No. Do you know why? Because these arms of government are interfering along each other. You understand? Yes, the legislative, they were the people who makes the law. The judiciary, who are the people to execute, to interpret the law to whoever commits the crime, have been truncated. We are getting wrong here because all these things, you know why it's not working? The law enforcement agency, they are nothing to write home about. That is another thing. We are still talking about this. The police, what is the duty of the police? Is to maintain law and order. In this present Nigeria today, do you see any maintain law and order as their own function? The answer is no. Now you cannot see a situation, a state whereby military are even making a checkpoint because the situation of the state is like we are living in a higgy-haga system whereby anybody comes up and makes the law.
Even the popular slogan they're using is that they are protecting lives and properties. Tell me, which state is actually protecting?
Exactly. This is what I'm trying to say. These people that are supposed to carry out, to execute this law are not doing their functions. So somebody who is just sitting down takes advantage of these things. That is why you see this law has not been able to stand. So my issue with this bill, this law now, that is already a law, not a bill anymore, is that for us to make this thing go well, we must make sure that the foundation of that system must work. As we've been talking around it, the foundation is wrong. It's very wrong. We know. We are putting the same people we know on the same position. Now me know, now he know me, make it come sit down there. How is it going to work? You are trying to plant a seed. You didn't put water. You didn't put manure or anything. You expect the seed to grow nicely. It will not grow. So this is the problem. Something like that, as the Benin will say. Let's not shy away from it. This one will come and say, I have my own system. The other one will come, I have my own system. We need to make sure that if everybody wants to go in line, for that state to be sanitized, we need to come to a one mind. Seriously. Because what these people do is that if somebody like Obaseki wants to bring something like that, another person is also planning. This is the problem. Because if another person comes, then instead of him to follow that system, you spoil it. You say, no,
Nigeria, can I come in, please?
Yeah.
I was interrupted by Mr. Omorigi. I did not complete what I was
I'm
going to
sorry,
say.
Mr. Agbonlao. I'm sorry, Mr. Agbonlao.
Because we're
No,
misinforming our audience.
Mr. Agbonlao, the panel, the table, the floor is yours because I interrupted because I wanted to make something clear because it was getting a bit heated.
The ref already give two of them yellow card and he makes substitution. That's why Mr. Israel came in. Okay, so the ref already give two of them yellow card and he makes substitution. So we move on from there. Two of them made their way.
Mr. Akin, who is the rep?
Naija Watch now. Naija Watch. Ref, you know get whistle. They know the foul for SR feed. You know they blow whistle.
I get whistle, but I don't know where my whistle there.
We are here to stay the fact, not to misform our audience.
Okay, hold on, everybody. Hold on. Akim, go ahead, talk to us.
Okay.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
Okay, how
Which
many
one now?
Akim?
Which Akim is
I'm talking about the Akim Island. Hold on. Akim Island.
Akim number one.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The one and only. Any other one was duplicate.
No, it's not duplicate.
So,
No. They say America better pass Island, though. May not go put yourself for trouble.
No. With all due respect, Mr. Agbonlao, we just joking.
No, not joke with it.
Accepted.
Obviously.
No shaking.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Who's messing with that kid from the US? Who is messing with that kid from the US? Yo, don't fuck with us, man. Don't fuck with the Americans.
That's what Ninja said they come. When they come, they're not the make noise.
Don't fuck with the Americans. We are the most power. You hear me? Don't show that.
Yeah, let's be serious here, my brother. Let's be serious. Let's get serious.
Mr. Naija Watch, please. From next week, you need to come with yellow card, red card, so that we know we have order, so that we can have order. So thank you very much. Regarding the argument, according to Israel, that is basically a distraction. You can go back and front regarding history, who is right, who is wrong, but that is not what we are here for right now. You know, the main purpose of today is the committee that was set up by the governor and how effective, whether effective or non-effective, they will build. So my former submission, and I still maintain that we have to start working towards a country that will build strong institutions, not strong men. Institution will outlast men. A governor will come, a governor will go, but institution of government will remain for a long time. So our effort should be how we are going to make the police work, how we are going to make the court system work, because regardless of whatever happens, if you're in America or you're in the UK or you're in Ireland, if you have any issue, you don't go to your MP or your mayor, you go to the police. If you have any issue to deal with someone taking your property, you know, you go to the police. You don't have to rely on a committee that is set up to address this issue. These are criminal issues. Someone taking another person's property. The land is your property, which you paid your money for. You have all the documents, and then before you know it, someone is building a house on it, or someone is fencing it, or whatever. At the end of the day, that's criminal in its own way. So these things are still, for me, I think the institutions is the problem that we have in Nigeria. Until our institutions start functioning properly, nothing will work. That's the truth. Even, okay, let's assume this committee start working now. They start arresting people. 3 years come, Governor Obaseki is out of the way. The next governor come, then dissolve the whole thing. So it's like, you know, it's 1 step forward, 5 steps backward. So we have to start putting pressure on the Nigerian police. We have to start putting pressure on the Nigerian judiciary system. If we have to be using this platform or whatever forum to be calling them out of their inadequacies, of their ineffectiveness, that is what we have to do. Because I still have to say there is not a single pressure on them. It's like they're not non-existent when it comes to all of this conversation. But they are the ones that play the major role. They are the ones that should be playing the major role when it comes to this whole land grabbing issue. Because this is a situation whereby someone is taking from you, someone has stolen from you your property. So these should be those should be criminal in its nature. So at the end of the day, whether the governor set up a committee, yeah, they will do whatever they want to do. But I still want to believe that we need to start calling. If we have the number of some police officers, they need to start joining us on this show and start explaining to us what they are doing regarding land grabbing issue. They cannot be. Look, it's like everybody is on fire, then they just go, they just walk away with it. It doesn't make sense, man. We have to start calling them out. They are not doing their job. They are making life difficult for people. Look, what are you doing about this whole thing? If we have to start calling the police out, let's start calling them out. That is my own submission, brother.
All right, thank you, Mr. Akim. Let me go back to Mr. Akim in America again. Sir, are you there with us?
Yes, I'm here, my brother.
Okay, please, I want you to round up on what you were talking about previously.
Okay, so the thing is because of the state of Nigeria that a lot of laws and a lot of system is already broken. That is why we are facing this type of challenges, you know. Plus, they had to be an understanding in between who is buying and who is purchasing a land that is governed by a system. That is what I am talking about. Okay, and that system will kind of clear away some of the loopholes. At least maybe that kind of 70 or 80% of the loopholes that causes land grabbing issue. You know, places like Benin, if you are from a certain village, your father farm in a land, sometimes, most of the case, your father is entitled to that land, and that land becomes yours. It becomes an hereditary, you know. So the moment those kind of things happen, there has to be a written document. Most of the times, we do not have a record. Our record in those states or most places in Nigeria is based on elderly father or older people telling you what happened on this certain situation or an event that was known by everybody. Okay, so I don't think it has anything that has to do with the palace. They are not the issue here. The issue is because that issue was cleared in our constitution. It was already cleared that the land was now transferred to the government, the governor of the state, right? However, that does not mean that the governor. Yeah, go ahead. Do you want to say something, or you want me to stop?
No. I just want you to round up on time.
Okay, so where I'm driving at is we have to have a solution. Now, somebody talked that this is a law. Is it a state law, local government law, or a Nigeria law? I don't know. Okay, because I need to understand when you say it's a law.
It's a state law. It's a state law.
It's a state law.
Yeah,
every
it's a
land
state law.
in every state belongs to the government, to the governor. Governor is in charge. It's a custodian of the land in every state, not even the federal.
I know, but so is a state law, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think in that case, it may be.
It's not a state law. It's a constitutional law. It's in the Constitution, 1999 Constitution, the Land Use Act.
Sorry, yeah, it's in. Yeah, sir, you are right. It's in line with the Land Use Act. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, 1999 Constitution.
This one we are debating is a state law, sir. It's a state law. The broader issue is the Land Use Decree, the Land Use Act. But the one we are discussing, those state aspect of it is a state law, sir.
No, okay, it's talking about the right of governor. It's talking about the right of governors when it comes to land ownership, not land ownership, as in.
That one is the right from the Land Use Act.
Exactly. That was why I said to him.
It's a state bylaw.
It's a state bylaw. Okay. So all I'm trying to get to is the law can be effective if it is a state and the state governing. But you have to bear in mind, what if the governor changes to a different governor that does not really care about this same situation? That is why I'm talking about a system. Because even with the law might still have a lot of flaws if there's not a system that actually manages that law. What my point is, I want a situation whereby you reduce the loopholes. You know, for example, I'll give you an example of a station. If you go to gas station, okay, You go to gas station, we have people in gas station that's pumping fuel into your car. You have to pay to that person. Okay, that thing, if you automate that process alone, it will stop stealing of cash. Okay.
Mr. Hakim, can I quickly just interject just for 1 second, please?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. You see, I understand what you are saying. It makes sense. But the problem we have is impunity. You understand? When people feel like they can get away with anything, it's not like there are no documentation when it comes to land issue. We're even talking about situations right now where people sell land that have already that have C of O, and then they tell you go and call Obaseki. So it's impunity. The act of you thinking that, listen, even by Sunu, you know where I'm going here, brother. That is the major problem we have, brother.
Oh, okay. So what you are talking about is penalty, and you want there have to be a penalty, something that is confirmed that if anything like this should take place, then there should be a social penalty that is levied against that
maybe
person.
You didn't follow. The rules are there. It's a law. I think I have a hard copy if I must show you. The penalties are written out in papers, black and white. There's penalty, there's rule, there's process. The issue is the corruption. That's what Aki just said. It's the corruption.
Where do you see they're getting your power from?
And the party.
But the corruption has been there forever. The corruption
cannot be there forever.
No,
it cannot be there forever. If something is done, if you say it can be there forever, it cannot be there forever.
No, I mean it has been there forever. That's what I'm saying.
That's why we are here today. That's why we are talking about it.
My panelists, hello. I think just hold on. We are going to round up on this in 10 minutes. We are moving to Sowore. So everybody that's going to contribute now 1 minute.
I didn't even say nothing at all since you guys have just been talking.
Mr. Akin, go ahead. Mr. Ken.
Engineer
Ken network again. Okay, somebody wanted to say
something. I'm here.
Engineer Ken,
your network
go ahead.
Yes, I'm here. I'm hearing you guys.
Okay, go ahead. Talk to us. What's your take on this? Engineer Ken, what's your take on this? Go ahead.
Okay, my take on this is this. This land grabbing issue started in the late 80s in Edo State. The land grabbing issue started in the late 80s in Edo State. That was
Mr. Nashawash.
As an Edo people, as many people. In the sense that Okayele doesn't have the power to set it.
Your network is so bad today, Engineer Ken. Your network.
It's just the end of the youth. Huh? But I'm hearing you guys. I'm hearing you.
Okay, it's better now. Go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, Engineer Ken. We are struggling with you.
Okay. All right, thank you. I said this all issue.
Mr.
From
please allow him to talk, please.
Hello?
No interruption, please. Engineer Ken, go ahead. 1 minute more, please. Just be quick because your network is not too good tonight.
Okay. All right. Let's start from the Okayele. Okayele does not have a right to sell the land. Okay, community. 1, 2. Ohe has no right. Is a shrine that is in that village. Is a custodian of that shrine from the Oba on that village or on that community to take care of.
Okay, go ahead, Engineer Ken.
Oh, yeah, you understand? Those ones, they're no gays. And no gays are like that, like an Oba representing every town in Benin. And no gay has a right to sell a land. A no-girl has a right. So that cow, friends, all of us that are here today from Benin, we all have a village that we came from. In that village, you have your existing from.
All right. All right. Engineer Ken, we need to move
Your
on
those
now.
land belongs. Okay. No, you
Let's
can't do this to me. Now. You guys have been talking.
The network is not good. It's just pausing every second. It's not us. It's you.
Network is good. I'm hearing you guys.
It's not you hearing us. It's we. Guys, are you guys hearing him?
Well,
the network is bad.
Sure?
His network is bad.
It's fluctuating.
It's breaking. Yeah.
Yeah, you see.
Maybe it's in Mexico.
Yes, the network is not very good today. I don't know, Engineer Ken. You are not telling us the truth. You are not in America. I believe you are in Zimbabwe right now.
No, there's a place in America that may have network issues.
With us, sir. How are you doing today? Good evening to you, sir. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Good evening, fellow panelists and viewers at home. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Sorry, I came late. I was in a meeting. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Unfortunately, we are going to round up on this particular topic right now on the Obaseki land grabbing committees, which was appointed yesterday. So that's what we'll be talking about. But we are going to move on to Omoyele Sowore now. Do you think you have anything to say on the committee before we move on?
Yes, thank you. Thank you once again. Let me just quickly touch on one or two things. When I saw the constitution of the committee, the first thing that came to my mind was, we had the committee before. What happened to that first one? Well, is it because there are not much laws or the people were not actually serious? So the first question is, what happened to the former committee? Number two, the police. You know, if you have any problem on land issues, police will tell you we are not empowered. We cannot investigate land only when there is corruption, only when there is something involved. Number three, I think someone said before that the governor does not have the power to prosecute. I beg to differ. You see, the Attorney General is a member of the judiciary, but is an appointee of the governor. The governor fights and prosecutes whoever he wants through the Attorney General. If the governor wants to take the bull by the horn, he can prosecute just like we have seen in the past, using the Attorney General, that is the weapon of the governor, to deal with those who want to revoke their land or destroy their houses. He's using the Attorney General. He could also do that as well. But I bet you, I wrote about the forbidden fruit. As a governor, once you have eaten that forbidden fruit, and what is the forbidden fruit? By the time you begin to seek a second term, by the time you begin to fight for her and go to, kind of install somebody after me, you begin to bend the rules because you don't want to offend those people who you are going to use for the next election or whatever. Number four, the Enigmas. You see, the Enigmas don't go to the bush. Don't forget, it's a hierarchy. The Enigmas also have the Okaile and other people in the village they send to the bush. They come to report. Don't put too much blame to the Enigmas. They don't go to the bush. In fact, the Okailes are also cheating the Enigmas. The Okaile are also cheating the Enigmas. So when you look at these 4 points that are put down on the table, you will see that if the governor wants to take the bull by the horn, he can. Then the members of the committee, we don't have a shortage of laws. We have shortage of implementation, the willpower to deal with it. I tell you today, if the government wants to get rid of those guys, land grabbing, he can do that within 6 months. Thank you. Let me yield some of my time to other panelists.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Before we move on, okay, Mr. Mori, just hold on. Just hold on 1 minute. Just hold on. Let me. Where is the video that I do now? All right. Before we move on, Mr. Mori, go ahead. Talk to us.
Yeah, please. I want to conclude. Like, we're missing a lot of things up. When I was making analogy about who was the land, before you know something is stolen, you have to know who is the owner and all that. People didn't get me right. I don't want to go into all that. We are confusing pre-colonial era with, if we are still dwelling in pre-colonial era, it means there's no essence of discussing of, there's no point discussing the land use act. If we are discussing land use act, we should not mix them up. So somebody said the laws are there, but the organizations and agents will say, hey boy, they means nothing they happen. Where do you think they are getting their powers from? So we are missing, I think we are trying to dodge. I don't like when people you see the truth, trying to shy away from the truth because you don't want to offend certain quarters. This has been the problem, and this is my anger in this discussion right now. There is a law. Somebody is saying, hey boy, you are saying, oh, Kangele is suspended. I need enough of this nonsense and atrocities of this Kangele, Ohes, and Nijers. The following day, our people rose up, they were protesting that it was a slight against certain quarters. See, we know they are representing their traditional representatives. So why do you think we cannot deal with them? Who do you think is backing them? Where do you think they derive their power from? That they have the authority to say, hey boy, I arrest my case there. People are looking for my trouble here because they want to force me to say this. Thank you very much.
Mr. Nijawash, let me quickly come into this. I think let's not shy away from all this thing. Mr. Mori is saying his own to another person. That's why it's called an argumentative. It's a debate. So everybody has to bring his own opinion. But it doesn't mean that they might buy into your own or they might buy into my own. But overall, we are talking about a broken system. The reason why they said everybody, like what Lefty said just now, is because a system whereby a law, nobody respects the law. Because how do you make it work? Because the fundamental way of doing this thing, it has been stolen by certain individuals. So this is where the problem is. Unless we remove this element, how do you remove this element? I once told you guys, and I will continue repeating it. How do you cannot go and infiltrate anything. To remove an element in this era where we are now is to make sure you bring another new system into this Edo. How do you bring it to this Edo? These two political parties that are suffocating us, they have the eyes in both sides. This is the truth. They have the eye. Now there's a campaign going on. Nobody knows now. Secretly, there's a campaign going on. Everybody's campaigning, using it. They are using everybody's head. Don't just buy to their idea at all. Don't buy to their idea. If you cannot vote for any party that is the lowest, go and look for the one that you don't even know. Vote them so that those one will bring their own people on ground and remove this element that are suffocating us. This is just the simple solution. Don't let anybody tell you to go and infiltrate any political party. That is a total lie. Why are we making as we are chance or we are infiltrate as it will be flying. So they don't be buying into this. The reason why we are suffering this thing is because these two people that have been ruling us, they have always have eyes in every way. How do you remove them? Don't vote them again. Vote a new party because they are the ones that are suffering us. I'm telling you guys that you will remember all these things again because when if you still go and bring them, they will come in and come and say hallelujah. Arrest my case as you talk.
Since we round up, make a quick just throw in one or two things because if we continue, we will not leave here. We will still be on this land grabbing. I think we have another topic on now, but if I have to quickly just say something about this committee, I would advise the governor, if he's listening, that he should at least not just depend on this committee. you should also have other committee outside this committee, not related to government. Maybe some very radical people that could also be checking these people. Otherwise, when we get there, we think we have arrived. We now start to use the power given to us to oppress the people. So the governor is still boiled down to governor, just like Omori is trying to point hand at both the governor and the traditional rulers. So we should devise other way. We should devise a system that will checkmate and give us results. Thank you. So I think we should
go to my people. Do you all think we should continue with this or switch to
Mr.
Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. We can't dwell on one topic for the day.
Hold on. Pardon? You said what?
I just want to quickly make my 1 minute submissions before we go to the next subject.
Hold on. Israel, what did you say?
I said we can't dwell on one topic. Let's just move on. This whole thing, let's move to another one because we have another topic to talk about.
All right. Lefty Setoya, do you want us to move to Sowore or stick with this?
No, let's go to Sowore because we'll just be dragging foot, going back and forth. We've already analyzed this already.
All right. Akim Island, you want us to move to Sowore or stick with this?
We can move to Sowore, but I just want to quickly use my own 1 minute. You know, it's everybody 1 minute, so I will use my own.
Go ahead now. Go ahead.
Thank you. Mr. Omori, I understand your plight and what you are trying to point the fingers to, or what you want people to actually look at. But I think for me, I think that is you still pointing at the problem. But the committee is set up to create a solution, and the only advice I would have given to the governor was that setting up such committee, at least should have included the current commissioner of police as part of the committee, so that them too will be inside at least whatever investigation or query that is going on. They will be part of it, and then people will know that okay, the police is part of this whole thing as well. That is my own final submission on that topic.
100%.
Nothing is going to work. Nothing is going to work. All these police. These are the people who has failed in their functions. They failed.
Do you realize there are land grabbers in the government, in the state government, just as there are land grabbers in the palace? This is why I'm telling you, for somebody to tell you, hey boy, he has a backing. People are not getting it.
We will not stop on land grabbing. No, talking about the police. The committee has task force, and the task force is police.
How come the government Hold on. How come those state government have not included the diaspora into that committee? Because we, the diasporas, are the one talking, crying, pouring out our plight for so many years now. I think it would have been a good idea for at least one of us to be amongst those committees to checkmate them.
They will go and take the people they know now. This is the problem.
Oh, you are not at home. You are not at home.
No,
I can mention one or two places.
No, they cannot pick people in diaspora to come ahead.
Just as the traditional cycle that are involved. Okay. So those who don't see the law, they don't see the police as they see them as paper. They see them as nothing. When you make law,
let's move on.
Okay,
Mr. Najawo, sorry, just the way somebody said. They are cheating the Nogis. That's how the police go to the bush to do investigation. And do you know, because they know the incompetency of the committee member that they are eating Izobo, the police now goes to the bush and do judgment and come up with whatever and give to their organ and represent. They are prosecuting. They are the one that will stand. I have seen this. Let's move to the other one.
Mr. Najawo, you remember my 1 minute, brother nice. Now, brother nice. I never talked with my 1 minute. Brother nice.
Brother nice. You still need 1 minute. I think you big pass 1 minute.
More go straight to Sowore.
Quick use your 1 minute. Quick use your 1 minute now, brother nice. Go ahead.
My 1 minute, I want you to talk about Sowore.
Wait now, wait.
That not be 1 minute now. That's another topic.
You get many minutes for Sowore, not Sowore matter. All right, we are done with land grabbing. We are done with the committee. We are done with those states. Let's move to Sowore. My people, please, let's watch this video. Then we kickstart from there. Thank you. God bless you all.
And the judge didn't even make any consequential orders. She was saying that, prison is not 5-star hotel. Nobody says prison should be, detention should be 5-star hotel. People are saying about the dignity of a person who have not been convicted. Even when you are convicted, you are entitled to some dignity as a human being. So, and today we can't see the security agencies that usually flood the court. That's how we knew they're not bringing him. So cases are adjourned till January 18th, January 19th, and the 20th of 2022.
Wait. It looks like they wanted to kill Sowore here. Trust me. They were proactive. They moved on time. Just check what happened here. I believe this would have been the end of Omoyele Sowore. Watch it. When they say wait, the driver refused to listen to anybody. That is the only thing the driver did that he would be forever remembered for. Everybody there, including Sowore, everybody said wait. The driver refused to listen to anybody. Look how he moved.
What? So we've just left the Federal High Court in Abuja. Our vehicle, my person was subject of attack by the Nigerian government. They brought hoodlums to the premises of the court to attack me. When they couldn't, they broke my car windows. You can see the shield. This has been the plan of the DSS, as I was told, so that we do not monitor Nnamdi Kanu's drive.
Move back! Hey, move back! Move back! Move back! Look at the bastard! Look at the people they sent to come and attack Omoyele Sowore to tell you how incompetent this government has become. To tell you the level of stupidity. More, we'll catch one of them. We'll catch one of them. We'll catch one of them. Wait, we will catch one of them. Their father. We will catch one of them. Look at all of them. Look at all of them. Stay now, stay. 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 Stay now. Stay. And they watch. This is of this stupidness. This is how send thugs to come and attack Omoyele Sowore. The government sent thugs to come and attack Omoyele Sowore. Pull out. Pull out. Thugs. Okay, come down now. Send thugs. The government sent thugs to come and attack Omoyele Sowore. And they are bastards. Look at all of them. Ogamo followed boys. Ogamo followed them. We'll catch one of them. Hey, 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 hurry, 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 hey, hurry, hurry, hey, hey.
All right, my people, some of you must have seen that video before. I just want us to talk about this because can you guys hear me at all? If you can hear me, just say yes. Someone from the
I'm hearing. I'm hearing you.
You hear me?
I'm hearing you. Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Good. Thank you. My people, as you all can see, that I personally have been talking about the way the government have been treating us all for a while now. Nnamdi Kanu have been reduced to the level where it is today. Omoyele Sowore have been reduced. In fact, not only that, they want him dead, you know, for a reason I don't know. And you can as well see what happened to Sunday Igboho. And at the moment now, we don't have one of these three people yet in those states. The day the person will emerge, the same thing might likely happen to him as well. My people, after watching this video, if not the braveness of the driver, what do you think must have happened to Omoyele Sowore? What is your take on this? I'm going to start with Lefty Sitoya on this.
Well, it's not new to me. See, when you were previewing the video, I just didn't look at it because most times this is what we see in the feed. We have embarked on so many activities like protest and all this. This is what the government do. That's why the other day I was directly attacking Tony Kabaka, because these are what governments use a lot of these hoodlums, talks, to do just because they can afford to pay them. It is not just new. It is this normal government style. When you come out to say you are saying the truth, they go and look for some set of people they could use, pay them, organize them, and this is what you do. Even when you tell the police will be aware. This arrangement, police is aware, the DSS is aware. I will tell you, in the beginning, when you start a protest, you have done all the necessary skate through, see the DSS, report to the police of your aim, and they will come with vans, like maybe 2, 3, 4 vans. The DSS will come. Because there is a plan, they know they are looking at the time. And when the time comes, you see what will happen. They would have been following you since. The moment these boys are mobilizing, they are coming. You see the police van. Once you notice police van leaving, and you look, you don't see DSS again, you know that it is organized. It may not be the DSS and the police, it is the government. It is the government, the federal government. Yes, it is the federal government. They will instruct the security agent, which is supposed to protect you, to expose you. And they will tell these boys, whatever they do, they are the ones sending them Ebode. You see the issue of Ebode. That's why I was attacking Kabaka the other day, because he was used to do this to us more than 2-3 times. Live beating. You see people bleeding. At the end, what is his name, will go and be sharing 3,000 to the boys and they go. The same style. They don't want the truth. They don't want you to stand in their way. They know they will lose. They know. But they are doing everything to oppress you. You see the NSAS. You think the NSAS, it is the federal government that hijacked the NSAS. See the killing, see the massacre in Lekki. They just want to do everything to put fear into everybody so that you won't, a lot of people wouldn't want to come out and say, I don't want to die. And that is the weapon they are using. That's why if you don't want to die, me no want to die. Who want to die? Who go talk? Who go talk? If me don't want to die, you don't want to die. Who go talk? That's where we are today. If every one of us can come out and really stand our feet, you see, we'll win this war of corruption. The problem is us. A lot of us don't want to come out because we don't want to die. They just want to embarrass him. They may not necessarily want to kill him. They want to embarrass him. They want to make sure they do something to him that will make him keep quiet. That's just it. That's just the truth. So that's it. That's the country we are.
All right. All right.
Naija Watch, 1 second, please. Guys,
okay.
please.
Akim Island, go ahead, talk to us.
Hit the likes button. Hit the likes button. This one is not encouraging at all. You guys, you can do better than this. You can do better than this. This is 20% that we are still at right now. Please hit the likes button. Share the video. Please.
I will support Akim in that. Sorry, Akim, I will support you on that. Let me just quickly dwell on this before we come back to the Sowore issue. You see, our people, especially our people that are viewing, let me just tell you one thing. It is not easy to get anything that calls justice. Some of us that are speaking here, and I'm privileged to be among you guys, talented and much educated. But if we see something going light that is coming towards us and people are coming to educate us on what governance is to us and what we can do to change a system that is already been down, our people, viewers, you should be happy and giving these people that dividend and even encouraging them. But what we see now, we don't hear. Everybody wants to listen. You don't want to like. But if it was something that has to be like, it's a destabilization, gossip, you see everybody putting likes. It is very unfair. This is how it's a charity begins at home. This is the problem we are facing in our states, not even in Nigeria, the whole continent of Africa. We just like all this nonsense, something that does not make sense. We want to put our head.
Let's support ourselves, man. Let's support ourselves.
Exactly. You know? This is one thing we've been crying for. We should try to always use this thing to motivate ourselves. As the
not only like, the more you like, the more you share, more people will be aware.
Exactly.
Share to your groups.
Yeah,
like
we need to,
you see me holding my phone. I've been talking as I was talking. I must share to everybody I know in WhatsApp. I've gone to Facebook. I'm talking sharing because you need to share this message. You need to go around. People have to be carried along. People must be involved. You must not only like things that are just things that nuisance things like nakedness in BB. What do you call it? All this nonsense. Yes.
We are just concerned. We are carried away.
Nonsense. You see them liking nonsense. All this nonsense. That because they don't have most of them don't have this thing in their head. I'm sorry, it is the truth. Because now where your heart today, now your interest today.
Yeah, the Oibo will bring social media.
Yes, if we don't, a lot of people, you don't see people talking. They know how to talk. You go to platform, you see, they can talk. Let them come out. Let them come out and take
at the end of the day, at the end of the day, our brother Nigeria Watch does not get.
They cannot take the heat. You see some supporting bad things because they just love, but they're not involved. They go there and be. If you want to support, practically involve yourself in it. Let's see you taking hits. Let's see you doing something. Don't just be talking. You don't just talk.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys, for the speech. Thank you very much.
So, Mr. Nadewa, can we contribute, please?
Okay.
Let me continue my.
Hello, please. Everybody cannot be talking at the same time. You know, Mr. Jimo, you wanted to talk to us, right?
Yes.
No, Mr. Najawa, I was supposed to talk. I just said they should hit the like button first before I continue.
You allowed everybody to take over your time. I'll come back to you again, please. Mr. Jimo needs to talk to us. Go ahead, Mr. Jimo.
Thank you very much. I just want to align myself with Lefty Sitoya. You know, I always like his contributions when we're on a debate like this. You see, we all know the truth. You see, Nigerians never stand for those who stood for them. They never. And that's the reason why we are where we are today. If you look at how we have been, from Fela, Kensaro Wiwa, Gani Faweimi, Igboho, Kanu, and Omoyele, the moment you stand for Nigerians, the government will single you out. And once that is done, Nigerians will go to bed and sleep. This is not just the Nigerians back home, even we on this panel. You see, when there was an issue regarding passport in Europe, we tried to talk to our guys that we should go to the embassy and make a protest. At least we need to fight collectively. You will see Nigerians will tell you, me, I have to go to work, or I cannot take tomorrow off. You know, it's very important. Who is going to fight? As far as we remain like this, not standing for those who stood for us, there is no change. And I can assure you that 90% of the youth is in support of a revolution. The only way is a peaceful revolution, which everybody supports, but nobody is even willing to join Omoyele. If it's going to court now, you see that the numbers are reducing every day. It just can't work that way. We must find a way for us to talk as one. And the politicians know that we can never unite. I don't know if it is because of the number of tribes and religions we have in the country. I just don't know why. But until we find a way to fight collectively, the politicians will continue to use us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right. Please raise your hand if you want to talk, please.
Brother Nice.
That is not fair, man. We are not on screen, brother. We are not on screen.
All right. Okay. All right. Good. Hold on, Brother Nice. Go ahead. Talk to us. 2 minutes.
Okay, sir. At least what my brother just said now, I accept what he said. It's true. So we have to start to change. We have to start to change our way of doing things, our mentality, the Nigerian youth. So we need to know how to support. When it comes to revolution, we need to come out together and protest and fight for each other. That is the problem with the youth. We really have that problem. So what I'm trying to say is that you see this administration, this president administration is the godfather of injustice. The godfather of injustice, this administration. Okay, look at this committee, the paper they submitted to the committee that this man set up in Lagos, the paper they submitted to that man, the Sanwo-Olu. This is a country where they will use white, they will turn it to black. The things that people see, plain blank, the whole world see. The incident that happened in Lekki, this man came out with white paper and told us that white thing that we saw is black. Hey, God. Wetin Musa no go see forget. from state to the federal, my brother. The kind people wey did that government, my brother. I don't feel understand. The kind lie where they take they rule that country. The deceit where they take they rule that country. No, it's too much. And this thing, I know there's nothing that comes that doesn't have end. Those things will end one day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's move. Who else again, please?
I would like to say something, okay?
Who is that?
This is Akim Agbolao.
Okay, Mr. Akim Agbolao, go ahead, talk to us.
All right, so I want to look at this from a different perspective. I'm judging from the video, okay? The video of Sowore. First of all, we do not coordinate ourselves very well as Nigerians. We are too chaotic, you know. Now, if I look at that video properly, they asked him to wait because they saw some unknown individuals, okay? They were asking him to wait. Yeah. The driver ended up driving away, okay? And the driver probably did not want to wait. That was not what saved Sowore's life. The truth is, they did not intend to kill him. That is what I can see from that video. They dismantled one of the windows because it did not wait, okay? Yeah, that is what I'm seeing from the video.
What do you think they wanted to do to him?
Hold on, let me finish, okay? So anything could happen, okay? But those people, I don't think they have the capacity to overshadow the people that were with Sowore, because I don't think they have a lot of, they did not have, I don't think they even have an ammunition. It could be probably a stone that they used to, you know, dismantle that window. However, it's not right. It does not also mean that those people were sent by the federal government. We do not know if they were sent by the federal government. We cannot attest to that. They could just be an opposition party. They could just be someone that doesn't like Sowore. They could just be. They could just be someone that supports Buhari, but he did not send them.
Wait, this man, the way they talk sometimes, man, not understand that.
Hold on.
Allow him to talk. He's making his sense.
Who is talking?
Like I tell you, I want to look at it from a different perspective. Okay, if you like, you just follow the trend. But I'm telling you, I tell you the way I look at that video when I see that video. Okay,
that's your opinion.
That's my opinion.
I came in Ireland. Go ahead, talk to me. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. I always like a situation like this where you always have someone who come in with a different perspective, seeing it from a different angle. You know, it's okay, it's nice, but the thing is, you have to look at the character of the government of the day, the actions or the behavior, their past record, the records of the government of the day, the way they've been to opposition voice. Okay, this is a government that banned Twitter from the airspace of the Federal Republic of Nigeria because Twitter, they say Twitter was took down a tweet by the president, not knowing fully whether President Muhammadu Buhari is a single individual. Then the country is now representation is not representing as a one man. So that is one. Then you have to look at what they did to Nnamdi Kanu the first time. You have to look at what they've done to Omoyele Sowore before. So you have to look at their previous. You know when you go to court, maybe if they arrest you now, they take you to court. The judge will ask, does he have previous convictions or does he have previous record? You know, so if you have previous, then the judge will say, no, you are a bad boy. So the current government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria does not have good records when it comes to human rights issues, does not have good record when it comes to taking in voices of the opposition, does not have good record when it comes to protesting, the youth protesting. In the same country where we see what happened at the Lekki toll gate, people peacefully protesting in their own country. A protest, you see, the protest is a constitutional right. It is guaranteed by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. These people were murdered, cold-blooded, by the Nigerian military, by this same government. So, my brother, I understand that you want to be kind of objective about this whole issue, but you have to look at the record of the government of the day. They don't have a good one. Their record is very poor. It's abysmal. And President Muhammadu Buhari, as a person, you have to look at when he was a military dictator then, when every Southern governor were corrupt. He put nearly all of them in prison. The Abu Salih and the what's it called, and all this. In fact, nearly all the Southern governors, Muhammadu Buhari put them in prison. He said they were corrupt. Not a single Northern governor that time Buhari put in jail. Not a single one. So his actions from day one. Look at.
Your time is up, my brother. Your time is up. Who else again that wanted to say something?
Yes, I would like to respond to the man that. I would like to respond to the man that said. Yes, sir. I think I just want to answer you straight. You have the right to believe whatever, say your opinion, but I want to answer you straight. You cannot have some people that does not like some persons and mobilize and come where you have police and DSS. I just want us to make sense. You have police and DSS around, okay, as security. Then you see some persons coming, some few persons coming with all manners of whatever. And you see this police and DSS keeping quiet. They are not active. They are not talking. Because this person does not like this face. The police and DSS too does not want to protect the face or does not like the face too.
Okay, if you listen to the video, sorry, my brother, if you listen to the video, Sowore said it himself that the DSS and the security agencies were not available because Nnamdi Kanu was not present. So you analyze the video, you analyze.
Hold on, sir. No, they must be present. The place was not open. The place was. It can never be open. I'll tell you the truth. The fact that they didn't bring in the Kanu. Hold on. Let me tell you. Let me correct you. The fact that they didn't bring in the Kanu, normally they will flood the place with enough of security personnel with barricade. The fact that they didn't flood the place and do barricade shows that Nnamdi Kanu is not coming. Does not mean that there were no police or DSS present there. Let me be clear. That's the court premises.
What did Sowore said? What did he say?
He said that he didn't see DSS and police as usual flooding the place. That's when he knew that they are not coming to court with Nnamdi Kanu. And that does not tell you that police and DSS was not going to be around. They weren't around. I am talking from experience, sir. I am not talking from your objective side. I am talking from experience, what I know, what practically. I'm talking practically. I'm not talking because you said I'm suggesting. I'm not suggesting. Look at me. If you want me to start bringing protest pictures, I'll bring them in. This is their moves. I'm telling you, this is their moves. So there's no way you can even if somebody does not like his face, does he have the right? Who organized them? They will just organize. They will be in their house and say we don't like him. They now organize themselves and have the heart to come to court. Man, my friend, let's call a spade a spade. I'm talking from experience.
Leftists. This is a government that paid counter protesters in the United States. In the United States, they paid counter protesters to go and protest against the protest. Against the protest. These people, they look. Listen,
it's counter. They want to counter you.
When it comes to those issues, sometimes it gets me so emotional. I don't want to be talking about
government. It's government. Right. They'll pay counter. They'll call them anti.
Let me come into this place.
Before hold on, Israel. Before you come in, I would like us to hear from Mr. Omoyele. We have 10 minutes to round up this show. Mr. Omoyele, please talk to us.
All right, thank you, my beloved brother, for this opportunity. You see, my heart bleeds. You know, This is disappointing and disheartening. See, I started my struggle while I was in secondary school. The first imprisonment I had was in final year secondary school. So I've been a product of the struggle. I've been in the struggle. I was born into the struggle. So for somebody to fall for such a cheap blackmail from the federal government is to say the least is absurd. See, this is not the first time. Remember when they almost killed Omoyele Sowore in the court? You remember when in the presence of judge? See, court is more than Asorok by our constitution. Court is a reverence. They attack Omoyele in the court. They almost killed the Adeyanju, if not for somebody that blocked. Was he a machete or a heavy 4x4 stick or somebody wanted to put on Adeyanju's head? Somebody has to block it. Somebody falling for such a blackmail. Okay, what was the essence of them telling him to stop? To do what? Was that a checking point? No, he refused to stop. They smashed the windscreen. Somebody is saying maybe somebody. This is the problem we have. See, Omoyele is not just starting today. Omoyele started in the late 80s. In the June 12 struggle, Omoyele was instrumental. Even before the June 12 struggle, Omoyele has been instrumental in activism and struggle for the liberation of Nigerian people. Even on campus, he was poisoned, he was injected. See, for somebody to come on this platform and start saying it may be somebody that didn't love Omoyele, what is it you have to hate Omoyele? These are the kind of people that will tell you he took money, he supported the Buhari. He took money from Buhari. He took money from Jonathan. My brother, we have to stop all this nonsense. If you cannot appreciate what the man is doing, you stay quiet. Don't come here to say if somebody that didn't like what is he doing that they didn't like him. For your freedom, for my freedom, somebody left his comfort zone. Somebody's left his comfort zone in America to come to that fire called Nigeria. You are not telling us.
You, Mr. Moro. You always do this. This is wrong.
Cool temper.
Let me come in
my
here.
Brother,
Sorry.
my brother,
Mr. Moro, you not get all temper reach me.
I'm sorry for that.
I'm sorry.
Let me come in
I'm
here.
sorry. This is how they cajole. This is how they cajole and make us gullible and vulnerable.
Everybody are entitled to their opinion.
Yes, you answer him accordingly. You try to talk to him like see the way I answer him. I told him he's correct, but my brother, that guy left his family for the past how many years now? He has not set his eyes on his son, his children. He left his business. He's incarceration. They released him from one jail. They put him in a bigger jail. He cannot move outside Abuja. Somebody is here telling me maybe somebody that doesn't like him.
Mr. Mori,
international community that is helping.
What are you talking about?
Mr.
Mori, I pray Buhari will end up in the international for violation of human rights.
Mr. Mori.
Mr. Mori, whenever you are trying to pass your message, please. This is your second time or third time of doing this. Don't apply anger to it. Everybody
I'm not angry, sir. I'm not angry.
Mr. Mori, Mr. Najawa, can I come in?
The way you attacked that previous is not good.
But we must not justify this evil. This evil call Buhari government.
Mr. Mori,
nobody should justify this. No wonder they say the best place for the just man is the jail in an unjust society.
Mr. Mori, thank you very much, co-panel. Thank you very much, Naija Watch. Mr. Mori, first of all, let us define why it is called a debate. Debate is an argumentative section. It doesn't mean we hate anyone. We are here to learn from each other and to educate our audience.
Simple.
That is just what it is. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. It is their fundamental right. If we start questioning them, then you are wrong, because you are violating their civil liberties.
Superior argument.
It's a pure argument. So he can disagree with you. You can disagree with him. That is just what it is. So my fellow panelists, I'm sorry for all this education. We are all educating ourselves. I know Mr. Mori does not have hate, but it's just because of the situation at the ground that makes him that. But nevertheless, let me go to the issue. First of all, what Mr. Hakeem Agbonlao was saying, I can understand where he's coming from. He's trying to watch the scene and analyze the scene. It doesn't mean that he's against Omoyele Sowore. He's analyzing what he's saying.
Thank you,
My
brother.
own opinion is that from what Hakim Island says, I also buy to that argument. But one thing we must understand, as Malcolm S says, with the situation that is happening in Nigeria, when injustice becomes a law, resistance becomes a duty. This is what you are seeing when you try to play Higi Haga. You want to change something because you think people are going to remain in darkness forever. It is not true. It's not going to remain like that. Now, we are talking, injustice have been decades in our system. Look at the way we enter university, JAMB. Let's start from there. Then you are going to see the injustice. In the South, for you to make it to the university, you must have a 200 cutoff mark. Yes or no? The answer is yes. But in the North, is the result like that? No. But we operate a true federalism where everybody is subject under the law. No one is above the law. Now, an audience, tell me, is there somebody not above the law now? The answer is yes. So what are we trying to say? There is the way it is everything is not balanced. So how do we balance it? Is for us now to come together as youth. Stop fighting your brothers. These people are going to use you to fight, and they are taking your own dignity. They are taking your right. You need to stand for your right. The right to protest is entrenched in our constitution. It's one of your fundamental human rights. Now, looking at that video, when they were throwing stones, both of them were throwing stones. When that guy was crossing the road, you see the police just drove past. If you guys are not watching the video, go and watch the video again. The police drove past. Is it not the duty for the police to stop?
Mr. Israel, are you really talking about the police that were buying petrol from black market when there was scarcity?
That is what I'm trying to explain. I'm trying to explain to the audience and why we must all come together and don't buy the idea.
Because of time, we need to round
up now. The DSS have their own. They have their own Togri wing in DSS. They use in attacking.
Can I use my 1 minute, please?
Yes, yes.
Who they ask for 1 minute for them again now?
1 minute time never reach now.
Darkness cannot drive out darkness.
Mr. Jimo, I can't hear Mr. Jimo.
I bet let Mr. Jimo talk to us. Mr. Jimo, are you there?
Yes. Thank you very much.
Talk to
I
us.
hope you guys can hear me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You see, I purposely didn't want to talk about the video because I knew by the time we go into that video, we'll be taking our eyes off the ball. You see, what happened in the video is not as important as the solution. We must try to come together. That is what we need to do.
Exactly.
Whether the police, the government, they are not as powerful as the people. If only we can come together next week and move everybody out on the street of Abuja, Lagos, Benin, everywhere. Omoyele Sowore will be released. Every other person will go free. We don't even need to carry guns. How do we get to this position where we are going to speak collectively with one voice? That is what we need to be working on. The government is not as powerful as the people. No. And until we are able to do this, every other thing, we can begin to talk from today till next year. Omoyele Sowore will remain in Abuja till this government is over. The Kanu will be there. So many other things will go wrong. So please let us concentrate more on how we can come together as a people and fight these people through a peaceful revolution. We don't need a gun. But how do we do this? How? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We need to round up now, my people. Everybody,
can I go with one minute?
Hold on. Everybody, 1 minute. After your 1 minute, I'm going to mute you. We are rounding up now. I'm going back to Mr. Moruyi again. 1 minute. Mr. Moruyi, go straight to the point. 1 minute.
First of all, I'm sorry for that, my outburst. I got agitated and overwhelmed. Please, like Mr. Jimo said, we must not allow this evil called Buhari's government to divide us along religious, political, and ethnic lines. These are the factors they use against us. When they gather to steal our patrimony, to steal our future, they don't argue. They don't see themselves as Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo. But when they have a challenge, they tell us because the man is a Yoruba. This is a Yoruba man coming to support an Igbo brother for a common struggle for the betterment of our future. Please, we should not allow them to divide us along religion. These are the things they use: religion, ethnicity, and politics. Please, let's come together, and all of us can be Omoyele in our own little way, so that no government in power is more powerful than the power of the people. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Murray. I appreciate you right there. Thank you for joining us again and again. Let's go to Leftist Itoya. 1 minute. We are rounding up.
What will I say?
Anything.
What else will I say?
Okay, 1 minute is over.
we just as a people, we just really need to know ourselves and know our rights. We need to actually get involved in governance. We need to demand for our rights. They will never give you your right. This is what these people are suffering. This is what Omoyele is suffering. This is what Nnamdi Kanu is suffering. This is what Sunday Igboho is suffering. Maybe I should shock you. I think Nnamdi Kanu lawyers got 52 million naira as award just yesterday. Because the court also knows, yes, what the government is doing is wrong. This is the truth. But we the people, we the people, we the people should learn, just like my last panelist just said, we should try and harmonize and demand for our right. All what we'll be saying since will be simple if we come together and demand for our right. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Leftist Itoya. Let me go to Akim Island, please. 1 minute.
Yeah, thank you very much. 1 minute. My brother, I just want to say, you see, those people that impose President Muhammadu Buhari upon us, those people, they will never enter heaven. If they are going to heaven, me, I will write.
Withdraw your cause.
Why are you always doing this now? Don't interrupt him. Nobody interrupted you.
I'm not swearing for anybody. That's not a cause. I'm just saying they will not enter heaven. I'm saying if they want to enter heaven, I will write a petition to God that day, because those people, they have the damages they have caused to Nigeria. My brother, I'm not going to lie to you. Anybody that come into power after President Muhammadu Buhari leave office, it's going to take them 20, 30, 40 years to repair the damage that this government have caused on Nigeria, whether it's economical, whether it's political, whether it's human rights. Listen, I don't like talking about it, man.
Thank you. Oh, network again. Isaac in America. Akim in America. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I want to start by Martin Luther King Jr.
Akim in America, unmute yourself.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, he's not there with us.
I am here.
No, we can hear him.
Please talk to us 1 minute. Let's round up.
Okay. So the quote from Martin Luther King Jr. is, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that." I say that to say this because there is no leadership that is going to come to Nigeria today that I will support that preaches. If he's preaching hate, I will not support that leadership. I support Sowore because he has never preached hate before. Any person, any figure that is preaching hate among ethnic groups, among different religions, I would never support that person, no matter what, because I believe every human being is the same. That is what I believe. I don't believe that one is more superior than other. So because of that, I'll rest my case.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. We would like to have you again next week. Let's talk to Brother Nice. You did it.
Yeah, I did.
I bet 1 minute. Talk to us.
Okay. What I will try to say is that in 2023, these people should try and avoid the Fulani to come back to power. Atiku that is trying to come back. Atiku, they should try to avoid Atiku. These people, they have the same nature. Fulani, they are all those Kabah, they are the same. So they should avoid those people and try to find somebody that is intellectual and bring it to power. Somebody that loves his people. That's all. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Brother Nice. We're looking forward to having you again. Let's go to Israel. Asemota.
Thank you for having me again.
Israel Asemota,
well, yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Israel Asemota, not the eat pounded yam now. Not the hear us again.
I can.
All right. Let's go back to Mr. Amoru.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
We can hear you.
That was you're the one that have the problem. Oh.
I cannot hear you. Israel,
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Everyone can hear Israel.
Talk now.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you very much again. Let me just say this. My people, you guys have always heard when I say something. Just don't put your CV and a PVC again. Don't put it for these things. Watch, oh, watch. They are going to play again, oh, as my grandmother say. Big go come on for there, they come, oh. Big go come on for there, they want use mercy kill you. Make una listen, oh. Big go pavare, do young boy, we are they smell they come. Una no one listen. Use your PVC well. Use them well, oh.
Thank you, everyone. Mr. Moruyi, I give you 30 seconds. Say anything.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Elvis. Thank you, my co-panelists and our viewers at home for a time like this. Yeah, please. We all know the problem. The solution lies in us. Legitimacy lies with the people. Sovereignty lies with the people. Any government without the support of the people lacks legitimacy and lacks sovereignty. We have the power. They are our servants. Until we begin to see things from this perspective, they will continue to take us for a ride. It is our right to protest. We brought them to serve us. They are not our masters. The power belongs to the people. Thank you very much for this guy.
Thank you, everyone, and I thank every one of you on the comment section. Thank you very much for your time with us, and those of you that were trying to call in. I'm sorry that we couldn't pick any call today. I don't know. It was very, very congested. So, but hopefully, fingers crossed. Next week we can talk to the callers. We're going to prioritize. They'll give more priority to callers. I appreciate every one of you on the comment section. I wish I could mention everyone's names, but the comment on the comment section is a lot. Thank you very much. Thank you, my panelists. I appreciate every one of you. Let's do this again. Mr. Toya having a program every Sunday. Please, anybody that wants to join him as well, the link will be pasted on the comment section to join him on any of his topics as well. I appreciate every one of you. As you all know, one person cannot do this. We all need to join our head together to continue to do what we are doing, to continue to air our voice right out there so that the government will continue to be listening to us. If they don't listen to us, we come on air to pour our plights on them. My people, I appreciate every one of you. It's unfortunate that we couldn't really talk to have a more contribution today from Engineer Ken because his network was not very pleasing. But hopefully next week his network is going to be fine. We missed Alex. Alex could not call or come in today at all. Hopefully next week as well we can have him. Many more. If anybody wants to join this show, we are doing this every Friday, 7 p.m. Nigeria time. Always endeavor to join us because nobody is perfect. We all are learning from each other. You know, your opinion might educate me today. This is one thing. You can see Mr. Moriyi argue today with our brother Akim, you know, but in the other way around, everybody learning from each other. None of them hate themselves. We love ourselves so much on this platform. We don't entertain insult or hate or any kind of speech that can cause anybody pains. We try to be careful, not that we are perfect. Please always join us. Anybody can join us here. First come, don't forget. First come, first serve. That's what they talk about. Thank you very much once again, everybody. And I'm going to say good night and bye for now.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
What